Hello, hello. Hope you're doing okay today. We're going to jump right in just a second here, but I'm excited to be able to play around with Astro DB. I did a video this week on it, and that was kind of my first look at it, but figured there's a bunch we can do with it, and I don't really have specific plans today. I just figured we'll jump in and kind of, I don't know, do some fun stuff with it. So I hope you're doing okay today. I'd love to know where you're watching from. If you've tried Astro DB yet, if you have any thoughts about it, it's in kind of like early preview at this point, so it's still pretty early on. And so, but I'm excited about the direction and think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do here. Hey, welcome. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and switch stuff over here, at least to my video. Hi, officially. Hope you're doing okay. Like I said, my plan today is just to jump into Astro DB and try to do some fun stuff with it. I figured maybe, like, to start with, I had some ideas, so you tell me what you think of these. One of the ideas would be to build out some kind of like feature on a blog post, so you come and like it, and then it would show that you've liked it or whatever, and increment that count, and everybody who looked at it could do the same thing. That would probably just be without auth, just just clicking on it. Maybe you could store something in local storage or something to say, like, if somebody comes back to the same thing and they've already liked it, they can't like it again or something like that. So that was one idea. We could build like a comments thing. There's probably a lot in that I'm not thinking through that. I'm not sure if we could do that all live. We could look at auth with Lucia. So that's something I'd like to do at some point, and I know that Alien at Astro has done an example of that code. But hey, welcome from Norway. Yeah, so we could look at that code. So anyhow, that's kind of where where I'm at. That's as much time as I've spent thinking through how this should be, and like I do with all my streams, I just kind of want to code live and figure it out together. So let me go ahead and move stuff over here, and but I hope you're doing okay. Let's go ahead and start by just creating. Let's just use the blog template, I think, to start with. Create Astro at latest, and we'll just do like playing with Astro DB, because I don't really know what we're going to do. Hey, welcome everyone. I'm excited about Astro DB too. I'm excited about hearing about it more too. We'll see how I can do here. Come on. Why is this thing not letting me select? There we go. Okay, let's use the blog template. Strict? Sure. Why not? Watching from the Philippines, welcome. South of Spain, awesome. Where in the south of Spain? That's what I want to know. Not sure whether I should use Astro or JavaScript frameworks now with SSR support. Astro does have SSR support. Maybe you know that. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding your comment. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. Where is it? Playing with Astro DB. And let me get this up and running, and I'll be right back with you. Just because I don't know exactly how I have stuff set up, and I don't want to like dox myself or something, you know. Marbella. Hey, cool. That's awesome, Adrian. Welcome from Belgium. Thanks for joining. All right. Let me make sure I've got everything else I was hoping to do. Up and running. Okay. All right, I think we're set. Let me switch back over. So this is what we got so far. Do I want to trust it? No, sure. Why not? Let's come over here and let's just pm run dev to get it up and running. And then this should be up at localhost 4321. Okay, like I said, I don't have any grand plans for exactly what we're going to do today, but if I can get this thing up, come on. Still thinking about it. All right, so like I said, I figured maybe the first thing we could do is just set it up to where like you can come in here and maybe there's like a little like counter at the top here, like how many people have liked it. So maybe let's start with that. I don't really know how this is set up. So it looks like we probably need some kind of SSR support. And yeah, so let's go ahead And I'm just going to do a few. Might as well commit this kind of as we go. So let's say init commit. And then I'm going to go ahead and install a couple things over this way. Okay, so let's pnpx. Let's do Astro add DB, and let's just do node for now because I don't know where I'll host this. Hey, welcome, Dante. Let me know music, volume, stuff like that too. I can't hear it, so. What this is going to add is the whole database stuff, which is cool. And then we'll also add a node adapter so we can do some SSR support. Yes. Sure, why not? But I'm really intrigued with AstroDB. I mean, I'm like definitely a front-end dev, so like I've done some stuff with SQL, but like I honestly haven't done a ton even with databases. So I'm still fairly new in my web development journey. PnPM run dev, doing mostly UI stuff. So anyhow, I'm really excited to kind of dip my toes into all this. I'm gonna go ahead and change this over to hybrid mode. Hybrid. This should fix our problem we were having too, because I'm guessing it was trying to do SSR and we had like static paths or something. Okay, so now everything is statically generated except for the routes we need to be dynamically generated. And here's all the DB stuff. So we can just define like a table. So let's do const. I guess what are we going to call this? Like or something like this? Yeah. Equals define table, right? Should probably look up the actual docs. Astro DB. Music's good. Okay, cool. Wait a second. Hey, look, that's us. Okay. Let's come in to read the docs. That's why you shouldn't stream like early in the morning. It's like whatever dad humor is combined with being tired. All right, so here we are. We got tables. Okay, so here we go. Like, let's just steal this. So, drop this in here. What? Is that right? Yeah, okay. And then we have to just pull in the column. Okay, so in this case, I'm trying to think how we would want to structure this. Curious about deployment of the DB. It bundles with the Astro project. Yeah, so I mean, like, well, let's get it up and running, and then I'll show you, like, at least what you can see. Hey, welcome. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking what we should do is on these individual routes, if we have like a little light counter, just use this as like the ID or something. Maybe not the ID, but yeah, maybe we do that. So this will be the ID, which will be the slug right here. And then we'll simply have like likes or something. Why do I keep typing links? And this will be a column dot number, I think. What's this stuff? Okay. All right, so let's come in here then and let's export the like, not the link, for like the 1000th time. And then what we're going to do is come over here and pre-populate or seed this database. So once again, why would I do something if I could just copy it? So let's copy it. Let's see. Seed. Here we go. So we're going to just insert into the database. And we're going to do a like that. And this needs to have the same shape. So let's go ahead and grab this right here. What? Let's see. What do we have as ID like this? And then we'll do likes. And just do like 2 or something like that. All right, so now we've got at least one thing in here. Maybe let's do this for one other as well. Maybe there's a better way to structure this too. I don't really know. So let me know if you have any thoughts here. I'm literally just playing around today. I don't have a whole lot of plans for exactly what this should look like. Okay, so once we do this, if I jump back over here, you're going to see that it's created a local database. And there's a sneaky little database file like right here. So you actually, it's like generating this little SQLite file, which is kind of cool. Welcome from Australia. Awesome, welcome. What would be your go-to tech stack for simple e-commerce app? Shopify without WordPress, a good approach? Certainly, like, I haven't built an e-commerce site or app from scratch. Like, I built a small e-commerce site that like nobody knows about, but not one that's like really production grade. So I guess it depends on how much you want to write yourself and how much you want just like prepackaged stuff. But I mean, Shopify is a good, yeah, there's a lot of tools built in for that for Shopify. For me, I'd use Astro, but that's just because I like Astro. So, and I think it'd be more enjoyable to work with. But I've built out some Shopify sites before. It's fine. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad approach. I guess it just depends what you're comfortable with. Okay, so let's come over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is let's jump inside our pages directory, and let's just show this stuff. Now, this is still statically built at this point, so we could say like likes equals, and then we're going to wait db. So I'm going to pull that in from astro.bd.select, and we want to select .from. I'm doing this from memory. This is such a great idea. Let's do a like, maybe that. Let's see what happens. Let's come in here. Let's see, above here, we're just going to say likes.map for each like. We're going to output a paragraph where we have the like dot. This is going to be awesome. Number of likes. Okay, let's see what happened. Yeah, there you go. So there you start number of likes. So you can just await it, and Drizzle gives you all these little methods to interact with the database. You can actually write raw SQL if you want to, but not being somebody who knows what to do with that kind of control, I'm all right just using this. Welcome. Hey, yep, you're welcome. Okay, so now what we want to do is come into these individual routes. Now these probably should be server-side rendered, so let's jump over here. Blog, slug. Okay, so the cool thing is we don't have to do all this mess at all, because we're going to make this thing pre-render equals false. So now this is server-side rendered. If I come in here, which should throw an error because you don't need this get static paths function. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so what we're going to do is post.render, start props. I need the ID or the slug, I guess, at this point. So what I want is to get the slug from the params, or astro.params. I think that's right. So the slug we'll use to look up the post. So we will wait. I think I'm doing this right. Get entry. We're going to look at our blog, and we're going to pass it to slug. Does that seem kind of right? That seems mostly right. All right, so first of all, because we're using server-side rendering, we could say if there is no slug, then we should return astro.redirect. We're already doing better than last week when I forgot to return inside this. So like if I came in here and had something else that didn't exist, it should say something valuable. Okay, so there's a slug. So the next thing I need to check is that this same thing. So we're gonna do the same thing for the post. So let's grab this here. Let's see if there's no post. There we go. So if I come over here and I go to something that doesn't exist, it just returns me the home page. Okay. All right, so then down here we should have a post, and it's all server-side rendered at this point, which means get out of here. We don't need any of this stuff. All right, so it's server-side rendered. The other thing then I want to grab is my likes, right? So let's come back over to our index, and I guess we don't need this either. Not sure why those things didn't import together. I thought I had saved that over there, but whatever. Let's come up here, drop this in here. Yeah, why do I have two separate declarations? I don't want that. Okay, so we're going to say const likes equals. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think we're okay here. So we're going to wait db. Let's just practice all over again. Come on. Dot select. This is gonna be a really good idea. You ready for this? I'm gonna do this again without trying without looking this up. From like, we're gonna fail real hard. Where EQ. How brave you feeling? Where the like dot ID equals the slug. Okay. let's see what happens. Let's just output this here. Dot. Oh wait. I need to grab the first one because I think it gives me back an array. Dot likes. Something happened? Let's say if there are likes. This is not going to be a good idea. Okay, let's come back out to one we know exists. Oh, something happened. Okay, so we probably also need to check. Cannot read property of likes. So undefined. Well, I just said if it exists, then show this, right? What am I messing up here? Other questions. Good evening. SSR. Yeah, SSR is great when you need it. I mean, a lot of times you can pre-render pages, so it's like you don't need it. But that's why I like the hybrid mode, because you can statically generate everything by default, and then when you need it, you can dynamically render it. Now, you don't have to necessarily like do this server-side render. You could just update it on page request and like hit an API endpoint and update it. Maybe that's better for this because the blog post is not going to change that much. But cool thing will be the ability to moderate comments to decide whether to publish the comments or not. Also true. That's a whole system. I'm sure someone's going to like come up with a plug and play drop-in comment thing using Astro DB in some kind of integration, which would be cool. Because there's a lot in that, I'm sure, that I'm not even thinking through. Whether or not you want auth, like, yeah, there's just a lot in that. So what's the matter here? Like, I know this doesn't, I'm just saying if it exists, then do this. Right? So why is this thing getting angry with me? Maybe I just need to do this? No? So if this doesn't exist, right? Like I shouldn't be yelled at. Don't hate on me. I'm not entirely sure why this is a problem. But what am I missing here? Well, who cares? All right, let's come over here for now. And let's see. If I put it in down here, maybe what I should do is pass this along to the blog post. Let's do it in here somewhere. So yeah, let's do that. So what I'm going to do is post data. That's fine. And then let's also do like likes or something like this. And this will just be the likes. Which means I need to come over here and receive that prop. So let's do likes. And here. Let's go ahead and just do like post or data equals that. And then let's also do likes is going to be a number. Sure. And this is also not how TypeScript works. Okay. So let's then pull this in here. This, we'll call this data. And then we'll extract all this out from data. Come on. And now I just need to change around this so that this is my data. This and my likes. Likes is assignable to type number. Oh, might be. Because it's an array. Again, let's come in here with .likes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is come inside here. Now that we got that little number, how do we want to make this look? Let's just do it up top. Hero image, how about right here? All right, so if I have my likes, yeah, okay. So since it was giving me problems before, maybe if I do this. But I mean, it's a falsy statement anyhow, so I'm not sure why that would be giving me problems. Do likes, .toString technically. Let's see what happens if I come out to this one. Nope, still hates me. Okay. Well, deal with it. Let's just pass on 0 then. Take that. Can I just say if I get nothing back to make it 0? And then this thing's fine? No. Still nothing. Please somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because I don't think this is a Astro problem. Alright, so we've got 2 right here. What do we want to do with this? Alright, let's make this thing like a little... I guess we can make it a checkbox. We can make it a button that's depressed or not. Maybe it should be a button, semantically. Right? Little button right here. As far as how I want this to look, let's call this like button or something like that. And here, let's do 2 things. I say we have a span that has like a heart emoji or something. A fire heart for sure. Okay. Feeling better about this already. And then it has the number of likes. And we should have another span here. Likes 2. Does that seem about right? I'm not sure exactly what to do there. That seems fine. Okay. And then let's have a likes ID there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe this should just be an ARIA label. That looks weird. ARIA label likes for post or something like that. Okay, let's take this like button and let's jump down this way. Oh, that's not what I want. Style tag. We take the like button. First of all, font size for sure. We need like 2 rem. Beefy. Maybe 1.5. Gotta have fire emoji. Ooh. Let's do fire and a heart. We're just gonna make everyone happy. Anybody else want other emojis in here? I mean, we can do whatever we want at this point. Let's do display a flex. Gap, I don't know, 0.4 rem. We don't have a design system. We can do whatever we want. Let's do cursor, pointer. I know not everyone likes for buttons, but I don't know. I do. What else do I want to do? Oops. I guess while we're at it, let's just do it locally here. Let's do justify self, center. I thought this was a grid child. Maybe it's not. Okay. Margin, inline, auto. Let's do margin, block end, 1 rem. Let's see, background, color, transparent, border, none. All right, maybe we should actually make this something. What's this thing down here? Let's look at the footer. All right, steal this for sure. That should work. That could have gone better. What's this thing? Text. So let's use this gray. All right, so back over here. Let's just set this up as the background color. Sure. All right, good enough. Let's do some padding here. Let's do rounded. Rounded. Tailwind people. Border radius. I was writing tailwind yesterday, so. All right, good enough. So there we are. Now what we want to do is increment this. So the other thing I want to do is say whether or not this thing is depressed. So let's come inside here and say like ARIA pressed. Would that be right? And then I'll say, let's do a filter on here. We'll do What do I want to do here? Grayscale, 100. All right, and then inside here, what we'll do is say that if it's pressed, we're going to go grayscale as zeros. All right, so if I come up here and we add aria pressed equals true. No? How did I select this? Not the right way, that's why. Should be also aria pressed. Maybe I have to say equals true. What am I messing up here? Isn't there an aria pressed? Equals true. Aria selected. What am I messing up here? It should be the same thing. It's a button that has this. Let's just jump out. All right, in case somehow this nesting isn't working for some reason. Okay, I don't know. Whatever I was doing wrong. Okay, so now if it's pressed, it should be good. Otherwise, it'll be, yeah. So like that. Okay, cool. We can set that whether or not the person has liked it, just like, yeah, so now I guess let's do one other thing. Let's say that if you hover, then the grayscale filter, grayscale, we'll go to like 50%. What do you think about this as like a flow, all right? Maybe we do like 80%, I don't know. All right. I mean, the opposite way, 20%. I mean, that looks fire to me. Let's also, that's good enough. Okay, so now let's actually handle this logic. So we need an endpoint. So we'll do API, and then we'll do like increment, like counter. I mean, at this point, let's name it the longest name we can. Export, const, get, API route. I guess we need to await this. And also, this is definitely post, not get request. So we're going to need the request here. And let's get our data from await request.json. Come on. What did I do wrong here? Oh, async. I was like, all right, and then we'll just return a new response. And we'll say null. And then status 200 or something. Okay, so now it'll stop yelling at us, but we're going to get the data that we hit at this endpoint to start with. All right, so over this way, let's now, where are we at? Let's get rid of this. Blog post. We should probably just make this thing its own component. I'm not sure why we're adding this thing here. So let's do that. Let's extract this thing out. How do they situate this? This will work. So we'll say like counter.astro. And first of all, drop that in there. Where's my like? Here we go. Do like counter, reload the window for some reason. Yeah, I meant async. Sorry, Dante. You probably said that way earlier. Come on, like counter. Where we pass the like, which is the likes. Now, I'm kind of thinking what I need to do here actually is astro.props. Let's grab the entire thing because I'll need the ID as well. String, and then the like will be a number, or likes, I think it was a number. All right, we'll pull this all in. I'm not sure if there's a way to grab the type from the actual definition there, but that's another thing I need to look into. Like.likes. Sure. All right, so then back over here, what we need is, let's set this off as its own little thing. Export type, like equals, and then this can just be type of like, and we can pull this in here. Excellent. Okay. And finally over here, we got to actually pass in the whole thing like this. And I should just call this like, and I should call this like. Sorry, I'm just going fast, but okay. So now we're passing the like down properly to here, where now we get this thing. Let's see, what's our config say? Likes, yeah, okay. Likes is not defined in the blog post. It's probably where we're passing down here. Yeah, okay. So like, and now everyone's happy. Okay. Like counter inside here, got this here, and now we're grabbing the number of likes here. Okay. Now where the rest of my post is, I don't know. What did I do to myself? Why is this content not showing now? Oh, I forgot to close this thing off. Okay. Okay, so now we got this properly in here. It's its own little component. And what I can do is run a little script tag. Let's grab this here. So we're going to do a couple things here. First of all, I want to like decide whether or not it's pressed. I guess if it is pressed, we should probably also make it, maybe we should use, let's use disabled. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to say, oh, we'll do that on page load. All right, so that'll be the first thing. Second thing will be if clicked, increment. All right, so maybe let's, first of all, do this one so we actually have something to check against. Let's go ahead and we're going to do a little try. I need to check the button itself first, right? So let's go ahead and grab that here. Const like button equals, this will be the like button, although let's go ahead and add an ID on here just to keep it separate from our other stuff. Although I'm gonna need, yeah, that's fine. Like button, and then I'm gonna need some way to like get the actual ID in here. So why don't we just add it on here? So we'll say like data ID equals the like.id, all right? Because that should be unique, and then I can pick that off when I go ahead and do stuff. So as HTML button element. Okay, so now that we've got the button in here, yeah, let's go ahead and come down here. And we'll do like button dot add event listener. We'll listen for a click, and I guess we can just use the actual selector for the button itself, and we'll do a little try catch. And here we will catch the errors. Good enough for me. Let's throw an alert and just say, yo, messed up. Okay, and then inside here, this needs to be an async function. So I can await down here. So let's do await, and then we're going to fetch my endpoint API / the longest name I ever wrote, which is where increment like counter for the 6th time or whatever I said. Okay, back over here. Now this needs to be a method where we pass along post, and then I'm going to have headers for sure, which are content. I can't ever remember this. I'm not going to even try. Just somebody. Astro dynamic endpoints. Hey, look, more videos. It's like maybe I like Astro too much. Where's like a response header thing? Here we go. That's all I want. Content type application JSON. And then we've got our body here, right? In the body, all I want to pass along. Well, yeah. I want a JSON.stringify, and we're just going to stringify, I guess, just the ID, right? That's really all I need. So this should be my like button .dataset.id. Why doesn't TypeScript like this? .dataset.id, right? How's that work? So we could do that. I guess the other thing we could do is maybe we should make this thing dynamic, right? Let's do that. And the other nice thing is we can get rid of this name if this will let me select it. So we can just pass on an ID like that. I kind of like that. Now, in order to do a post request, I also need to come up here and do pre-render. Render, and set this to, I guess I have to manually type it like a K person. Export const pre-render equals false, I think. So now this is an actual server-side route as well. Then we can just pick off from the params the ID that's been passed in. Let's do that. Const ID from params dot ID, maybe? I think it's more like this. Let's check. Okay, so we're going to console log that. We're going to console log the data. We don't even need the data. That's all we need. It's just the params, right? Because I can just increment it there. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Where are we at? Right here? Okay. So when I click this, what I want to do is when I click it, we should be hitting this. And I should get back something. Right now, not a whole lot going on. Okay, so let's come inside here. Let's click this, and you messed up. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that. Did this give me anything? Increment like counter. Why is this thing in here? What did I say I passed in down here? Dataset.id. This should be my... What did I do? Oh, I sent it to the wrong place. That's okay. So here, let's do button. Like button.dataset.id, right? And that means I don't really have to even pass along anything here, right? But it does need to be post. So I guess this should also be a patch, right? I don't know. Let's just leave it here. Okay, so now if I click in here, it's still messed up. Like button dataset.id .json. Inside here, I got using MDX, so that was proper. I don't know, it's something just the way I return this. I don't know what I did. Anyhow. So we're getting what I need. So now let's come inside here. And we could say like if no ID, then let's go ahead and return. And let's just grab one of these, like failed responses, so I don't have to type this out. Okay, otherwise, let's let's steal this, right? Okay. All right, so otherwise what we're going to do is go ahead and insert or update or whatever. So let's come back over to AstroDB docs, and let's see what we want to do. Filtering, insert, select. So I want to update a thing, right? I could first of all count. What does this do? I guess it depends on how I structure this thing, but if each post is basically going to have a single entry, right? So what do I need to do here? I just need to update this, right? So let's come over here. Let's look at the drizzle stuff. Let's update. I guess like what happens though if I don't know how this works with clause. Maybe this is what it is. Because I want to update or insert, right? Astro, do you think you can make a full stack app using only Astro? Having my backend logic here as well. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I guess it depends on like what you mean by app too, like how interactive it is. But as far as the data, it sure seems like it. Not that I've done it, but so I don't know exactly what I want to do here, because I really want to update an individual one if it exists. So let's see what happens if I try this. So let's come back over here. I'm gonna open this in a separate tab. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this thing in. Got my DB. This would be my like. Where I'm gonna set the count. Let's see my like. I'm not sure why we've got Mr. Dan. That likes. Can I like increment or something? I don't know how the method's available to me. Drizzle increment. Aha. Oops. You can use the set method. Okay, so you basically just take the value. There's an increment. Custom increment function. Oh, I have to actually write it up here. Well, no thanks. So let's just steal this. Okay. So back over here. Let's see. I want to update and set the likes to this, where, let's see, I need to pull this SQL in as well. And here I want the like dot likes plus 1, right? Where, pull this in, likes dot likes dot ID equals the ID we've passed in, right? Which should be our param. So something happened. Let's see what happened. So let's come over here. So if I click here, that should have incremented it. Let's refresh. It did. Cool. Okay, so that actually worked. What it's going to do on the blog posts that don't work, I don't know, but I don't care right now. So let's come back here, and let me just see what I'm getting when I do this. All right. I got to be like that. Why is this thing erroring out of me? I just want to see what I'm getting back. That's all that log res. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I assumed we get something. Well, I guess we haven't gotten anything back because we haven't passed anything back, right? So I guess we should pass back like success is true or something like that. All right, now I should get something back over here, right? I'm not sure where that was giving me trouble. Why is this giving me trouble? TS 1630 on the light counter. What is this about, and why is this happening? All right, let's come over here. When in doubt, restart. A simple console log took down the app. I don't know. Okay. That's fine. I guess we just won't worry about that. Anyhow, I should get best success equals true. Maybe I should just do it in here and see what's going on, because this is really what I want to know. Console.log request. Is that going to be okay? So if I click here, I get back something. Rows affected 1. Okay. So let's do that. Excellent. Okay, so what happens if I change this ID to be something that doesn't even exist? So I guess let's come back up top here and change this to like yo or something. What's going to happen over here? Okay, so I just get back 0, right? This was the latest one, right? No? Yeah? Yeah, so I get back 0. Okay, so if it's, what did I have there? So I think here's what we should do. Maybe there's a better way to do this. Like, is there an update or something? Insert if it's not there or something like that. Hey, welcome. It has to be, all right. Hey, welcome. So if this equals 0, then we can do an insert, but maybe there's a better way to do this. I don't know. Dot insert, I like, and the values. Here would be the ID I passed in, right? Yeah. So this would be the ID, and then the likes would be 1. That seems right. So if I hit one that doesn't exist, it should add it like that. Okay, I think that's right. So let's come back here. We'll put this back to the like ID. Okay, cool. Last thing I need to do then is update the UI over here, right? So we've got this likes to do just that. So let's come inside here and let's go ahead and grab this. We'll say like likes span. And this will be my likes. Maybe we should call it like span. And what we can do is inside here, assuming we get back a positive response, which I guess it'll throw an error if we don't at this point, I can just grab my like span dot text content will be equal to, let's do number like span dot text content plus 1 or something. Text content is possibly null. Totally not. A string, right? Let's just take this here. Null string. Well, it can deal because we're going to do it to a string. There we go. You feel better? Let's come in here. We click here. Oh, that could have gone better. So what do I want to do here? This isn't a string yet, right? Can I just increment it like that? What am I doing wrong here? Oops. Get out of here. This should turn this into a number, right? Yeah. There we go. That's all I need to do. Okay. And then we'll toString it. So that TypeScript is happy. No? Can I not do that? I don't care. Get out of here. TS ignore. This is how you fix stuff, right? Okay, so now we can increment this. Okay, I guess we've got it working properly here. Do we want to try these ones that don't have anything? No, we don't. First post, this is another one. So if I come back over here, yeah, so it persists. That's cool. Okay, so probably the other thing I want to do is this is annoying me, that toString, right? Why doesn't it like this? Could you at the end deploy to Netlify? I get an error in Netlify using Astro B. So all you have to do is add your auth token or whatever. So you have to create one using Astro Studio. So you have to link it up to Astro Studio. 10x engineer TS ignore exactly. Yeah, so the video I did, I think I released it yesterday. You have to connect it to Astro Studio. I guess you can deploy it yourself too if you want to somehow, but I mean, if you're using it, it's free. You don't have to you don't have to pay Astro or anything anyhow, or even put your credit card in, but you connect it to Astro Studio by logging in and linking it. And then you create a token for Netlify, and then you just put it in your environmental variables in Netlify. So when you go to deploy, you should be able to add an environmental variable. You just have to name it. It's like Astro underscore whatever it is. I forget, but I showed it in yesterday's video, and I have a link in the description showing the docs for it. So anyhow, yeah, that's what you do, and then it works. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing I want to do here is update state of or save to local storage. Already liked or something like this. So let's go local storage dot set item, and we're going to set the, I guess let's just make this its own thing, right? So let's take the button.dataset.id, and we're going to set it to true or something like that. So this is just if this has been liked or not. And let's do this. ID equals this. And let's just add string it here. And then let's drop this in here and here as ID. All right, so there we go. So it's set. So that's good. So if I go in here and click here, and I look in my local storage down here, it should say using MDX true. Cool. All right, so then the only other thing to do is, I guess we do window.add event listener, where we take the DOM content loaded and is liked. We could take the get local storage .get item, and I guess what I want is this up here or something, so that I can grab the ID like this. So if it is liked, I think you'll just get null or undefined, right? If you don't, then what I want to do is take the like button and .disabled and set this to true. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. The other thing that I want to do is, I guess it'll be this if I haven't liked it. Once you do like it, I guess what we could do is just say if it's disabled, right? then we'll make it bright. So basically once you click it, it stays clicked. So let's check to make sure that all worked. I don't really know what we're doing at this point. I'm just... Okay, so we come over here. It's not clicked yet. I click it. The other thing I have to do is toggle it on here as well, right? Because, yeah, now we have to do the same thing here. So the like button dot disabled is equal to true. So we have to actually set it there as well. Okay, so now it's working on page load, but if I come back over here, let's get rid of this. It should now work when we click on it too. So what we're doing, okay, so when we click on this thing, we're gonna hit this API endpoint that will then update dynamically our database. And then it will increment the text and it will save something in local storage and then it'll leave it disabled. Okay, it has been done. All right, so we're good there. Should we try to fix the problem? I don't know that I'm going to get a whole lot more done today. So that one works. Oh, but look, see, we haven't clicked it on this one. Now when I click it, we're good. If I come back to this one, that one's already clicked. I can't click it again, right? So I guess the other thing I should do is just do, not to just play around with stuff here, but let's say if it's disabled, let's change the cursor to, what are my other options? Auto. Sure. What does that do? Yeah, just normal. So it doesn't look like you can click on it. And it's disabled anyhow, so that's perfect. Okay. When you like, you can't unlike, you're trapped forever. Exactly. Yeah, why would we want somebody to unlike a post? I don't hate myself. I want them to be like, oh, this is cool. And then they click it, and at that point, they're stuck, right? Okay, so we got that set. Let's figure out why the other ones aren't showing properly. Okay. So we come back over here. We grab this from the actual slug, right? So this should give me back something. If it doesn't, like, do I have to like manually pass null or something? Like.id. So the like counter's having trouble. Do I pass on like if I'm not getting anything back here, right? Could I like just manually set this thing as like an ID of the post or something? This would be the slug and likes would be 0. No? I'm not sure what the issue is here or how to, like, my brain isn't wrapping around this. What's going on if I do this? And what if I get rid of this for now? And that means I gotta come over here to the blog post and make this thing optional. And I guess I also need to get out of here. Get rid of this. Okay. I just want to see what I'm getting, because clearly it's not what I expect to be getting. I'm getting likes. Okay. So let's put this in here. If we get nothing back. So what if we did this? No, let's leave that there. So I'm getting an empty array. Okay. So what we could do is say if likes dot length is 0 or is greater than 0, then pass along likes. Otherwise, pass along this object thing. What is going on here? this is giving me an array, right? Okay. Let's come in here. Let's console log this again. If I'm in here, I get back an array of nothing, right? Let's just set this to let then if likes dot length is greater than 0 or is equal to 0. Let's do that. Then likes equals where the ID is the slug and the likes is 0. Right? ID does not exist on type ID string. Not sure what's going on there. Let's console log the likes. Okay, so there we go. That's what I want, right? I'm not sure why this thing doesn't like me. Object literal may only specify known properties. ID does not exist in type ID. It literally does, though. ID string. Oh, because it's maybe because it's an array of items. There we go. Okay. Now let's come back in here and have my like be my likes dot 0. Let's come back over here and undo our things we did before, and now we have 0. Okay. Now if I increment this, there we go. Okay. I don't know. There's probably a better way to do that. One await depend on another weight in front matter. A few days ago, I used Pocket Base for backend. Glad to see Astro come up. Yeah, especially since Pocket Base got rid of their free tier. Hey, awesome, Raul. Thanks for the kind words. I don't feel like I'm totally crushing Astro this morning. But now what we've done, I mean, this is kind of cool though, right? You come inside here. This has 0. There's got to be a better way to do this. Anyhow, you've got 0. But there's nothing in the database for this post at all, this second post. So what happens is when we hit this endpoint, it realizes there's nothing affected. So there's no rows, so then it inserts it. And again, there's probably a way to do this in SQL or something, or like maybe some methods that drills know enough. But then it adds it, you know? So like now, if I come over here, now this is added to the database, and if I refresh, you know, it stays. And of course, your like stays forever too, because likes are forever. And now if I come down here, application, see, we got all these posts. I mean, maybe I want this to be some kind of like, this theme must be from some other thing. Imagine me doing a theming thing. But, so each of these posts, yeah, now are marked in here. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's see, third post. I haven't liked this one. Last post I can even possibly like, right? I've already liked all the rest of these. Man, I want to like them more than once. That's what I want. Okay, so anyhow, I don't know. That was kind of fun. I haven't done that before. I wasn't even sure exactly what we were going to do today, but I did want to look a little bit into auth. Do I have time for this? Definitely not, but let me just kind of, I know, jump over here to Twitter. I saw that alien, which he might be in the, here we go. Let me pull this over. He had like a Lucia AstroDB thing. So let's just look through this. I don't know that we're going to do this. Okay. Drizzle. So we got an adapter. DB is any. So let's see what's going on here with GitHub user ID, name. Session cookies. Don't mind me. I'm literally just like trying to see how he did what he did. Let's go inside. I'm guessing he's got some middleware. Okay. Yeah. So he's grabbing a session ID from Lucia. Oh, like his cookies. And then basically returning the person to the login page if they don't. Let's come over here. You have to be logged in. Sign in with GitHub. So he's redirecting if they're already logged in. This takes him to log in GitHub. Okay, so this is an API route. What's this callback thing? Okay, so let's start here. I'm just literally reading somebody's code at this point, so if you still want to hang out, this is great, but let's see. So here we're going to get generate state from Arctic. What's Arctic? I don't know what Arctic is. Let's check. It's like a package. Okay. I don't know what that does. But it generates state, that's what it does. URL, create authorization URL from GitHub. So GitHub, I'm getting this from my libauth. Can I like click into here? No? Okay. So let's come back out here. Okay, so these are... Not sure, like, client ID, client secret. Maybe this is for like an app connected to GitHub. I don't really know how that works. I've never done auth with this before. Okay, so back here. Passing the state. I must have misread that because I just read that as like an object with credentials. Anyhow, so then I'm going to set this. I'm guessing this is something that it's some kind of wrapper for something that Lucia gives you maybe. And then I redirect to the current string I was already coming from. Okay. What does this callback do then? Oops. So Arctic is some kind of OAuth provider, I guess. All right, so then in here, so there must have been some kind of call to this, right? I don't see it, but So you're creating a Lucia session here, setting the cookies. Cool. All right, well, glad I didn't attempt that live. All right, well, I think that's probably all I'm going to do useful today. So we didn't get a ton done, but I don't know. That was kind of fun. And with AstroDB here, now if we get rid of this and restart the dev server, I come over here, we're going to lose all of our likes. Yeah, see? It's horrible. But some of these had some already, right? Like this one, yeah. And the worst thing is I can't even like it now because the application won't let me like anything because I have all these things stored down here. So, as our parting gift to this fake blog, let's go ahead and like every post one after the other. But thanks for joining me today. I hope this was enjoyable. It's literally the second thing I've ever done with AstroDB. The first one was the post I did yesterday, the video I did yesterday. That was literally the first time I had played with it. And yeah, I probably should have done some more complex stuff today, like actual queries that you're like looking up an author based on their ID and like doing more relational stuff, but I did not. So it is what it is. All right, well, I'll post this somewhere. Obviously, you'd want to get this up. Maybe we should do that real fast, I guess. So let's do APX Astro DB login. There we go. Let's log it in link for anyone who's still here. Okay, so it's opening this up using, let's see, I need to go over here, change profiles. Cool. So let's try this again. Sorry, I usually use Arc, but when I do videos, I don't. Okay, so now I can close this, and now we can just go ahead and link it directly here, hopefully. Yes, for sure. Link with an existing project. No. Create a new project. Yes. Sure. West. Cool. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this over here. Right here. There we go. How about that? It's already up. We don't have anything here yet, so we should probably push our schema up, which you can do with this push command, I think. Maybe. It was giving me trouble, but I think it was not my fault. There was some trouble. Yeah, there we go. Schema, database schema is out of date. Not anymore, it's not. Look at this. ID likes. Done. All right. Now what we're going to do is come over here and do package.json. And we're going to do two things. We're going to switch this to remote here. And then let's go ahead and come down here and we'll have a remote. And then what we're going to do is use our live production data in dev mode to live on the edge. Dev DB. So now what it should do is it should connect to the remote database. There we go. And now I should be able to come over here and nothing will be liked yet. And I can't like it because we have this stupid application storage thing. Okay, so now if I come in here and like this is our production database. And if I jump over here and this refreshes, come on. Huh, why is this not working? This should update it right here. Well, now I can't like it and it says 0. Not sure why that's happening. What am I doing wrong here? Let's jump over to the docs. Build dev remote. It should allow it to deploy with a studio connection guide. Well, that's what I was mentioning earlier. Huh. Well, let's populate our stuff at least. Let's do that at least. So what this should do is, I think it populates the database, right? Using our seed file. I think that's what it's supposed to do. Whenever it wants to. Connecting. Connected. There we go. Okay, so we do have some over here now. But yeah, I should be able to do pm run dev. And this should update this, I think. So let's try one more time. And if it's not working, I don't know what to do at that point. Second post. Click. I don't know what's happening now. Now I'm curious. You can go if you want. At this point, I'm just talking to myself. Let's see. Looking forward to DB section in your course. Hey, yeah, thank you. Hey, you're welcome. You want to enroll in my course too, although you want to skip tutorial? Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I don't plan to stop posting free stuff either on my YouTube. I just mostly I need some way to like comprehensively talk through Astro, and so that was what the course was. I honestly didn't know how many people would be interested, so I'm excited that so many people have been. I do plan to raise the price fairly soon whenever I finish this next module, which I probably should have shot this morning instead of doing this, but I wanted to play around more with AstroDB. All right. So I think what my plan too for AstroDB is, I don't know, I might make it its own module. I'm actually not totally sure how I'm going to do that. I'm at least going to include it and stuff. Maybe I'll make another section at some point with AstroDB. But it'll be part of several projects at the very least. What I want to do is come inside of here. And I want to look at this and see what happens when I click. Which now... Okay, so I'm getting something here. I'm getting nothing back. So it should be inserting into here the ID and likes. Why is it not? In here. Come on. So if I click here, it doesn't come inside here at all. Oh, this is why. Because this is really crummy logic. Because that should be falsy anyhow, right? Isn't 0 falsy? I don't remember. Let's try this. Okay. Wait a second. Is it the bad logic? Very possible. Yep. Okay, so that's what I should have done to start with. So it isn't Astro's fault, I guess is what we're saying. So it's like when you get mad at TypeScript and then you realize like, oh, I'm the idiot. Okay, so now we got production database working, right? Cool. Maybe what we should do, since I'm just enjoying myself at this point, is let's just kill this here. Let's search for that console log and get rid of this because I don't need that anymore. And let's see what we should do. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get this thing up on Netlify. app.netlify.com. Guess we should probably also get it up on GitHub somewhere. What are we going to call this thing? What do we call it? Playing with AstroDB. Sure. Playing with AstroDB. All right, perfect. Public. It's like, where's the button? Okay, I've got several different GitHub profiles on my account, so I need to come over here. Get AC, finished code. Wait a second. No, that's not right. Let's come over here to my package. What do I need to get rid of? Astro.js/node. So let's do pnpm remove Astro.js node. And then pnpx Astro add Netlify. Before I do that, I should probably come over here to my Astro config. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay, let's add this back in. And we'll get this up live and I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll go, and then we'll call it good. So we've done something and you can go increment the post yourself. That's what we're going to do. And that way everyone can participate in the locking behavior of that local storage problem or thing we were doing. That should be kind of fun. And then I'm going to probably get started on work. Do a couple things. All right. Yes. All right. So now, actually, let's come over here and change this back to hybrid. Okay. We'll say finished code or whatever, since we were committing this all along so well. All right, now I'm gonna paste this in here, push this up. I have a couple different profiles, so that's why I have like a script that adds the right, yeah. has the right SSH key or connection to it, whatever. Okay, so now we've got this here. Now let's come over this way. We're going to totally add a new site. It's going to be awesome. Import existing site from GitHub. All right. What do we call this thing? Astro playing. I don't think I have any of the repos that have playing in the title. Okay. Site name, we'll do playing with Astro DB. Check availability. Okay, so this will be it. Playing with Astro, Netlify, all like that. It doesn't exist yet. Before I do that though, I'm going to come over here and come to my settings and go to tokens. And we're going to generate a token for playing with Astro DB. So what we're going to do here is say like Netlify or something like that, CLI. Now if I hit generate, it's going to show this token. I'm not going to use this token. I just want to, if I show it to you. So I got to move this over here. Now I'm going to generate it. It's going to show it to you once. You just click copy. That's all I'm doing in the stuff over here. Let me come back and bring this back over for you. So see, you just copy it and then you're good to go. Now all I'm going to do is come inside here. That's all fine. That's fine. I need to add an environmental variable. And what we're going to do is I'm going to paste the value in here. Ah, okay, good. It just showed the end. Oh, perfect. It showed the start. Well, maybe you can trace that down. Let's come inside here. I don't think it showed the whole thing, except deploy with the studio connection. I'll change it out after, just in case. This is what you need. So you just have to add this right here. Like that. And that's it. And you deploy. And assuming we didn't do anything wrong, we may have done the things right. And then you should be able to go here and you can like the post yourself and then we'll call it good. Once we wait on Netlify. I should mention something that I know a couple of you already have, learnastro.dev. If you're interested in learning more about Astro, this is basically my love letter to Astro where I'm talking through kind of like as I work on sites, things that I find are helpful. So really what I'm trying to do is just make it to where if you go through this course, you can build whatever you want in Astro. We've got lots of little projects and practice exercises. So if you like my style of teaching, it's the same thing, just a ton of work to get this thing up and running. But I've got this almost all shot. I think shot through 82 or 81. I'm almost done with 82. Then we're looking at middleware next. And then view transitions, which there's a lot of cool stuff here. And then we're going to look at some integrations, which I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here. Look at this internationalization. Clearly I need to look at this CSS or something. Oops. Because it's not showing properly. Okay. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to structure this yet, if we're going to build out a full site, or if I'm just going to talk through it conceptually, and then maybe we do that down this way. All these three will be one big project, but broken up into these sections. And this, you might guess, is going to be Astro DB. So yeah, and this will be adding other full stack things to it, probably like auth. So I haven't totally planned that all out. Let's see if this is done. No, it failed. All right, let's see why it failed. DB from Astro DB. What? I'm not sure what that's about, but I know one way we might be able to fix it. Let's first of all, I know what we're going to do. Just stop checking anything on build. That'll be perfect. All right, now what we're going to do is let's see if we can locally build this. So let's come over here, pm run build. Hey, Ben, welcome. I know Ben Holmes, but it was enjoyable. I did enjoy watching you get whatever they call it on Twitch. Sorry, I'm such an old man. Let's see. Can I... What? I did enjoy you getting bombed, whatever they call it. I don't know. By Primogen yesterday. That was fun. I was only there for a couple minutes, but... All right. What are we doing wrong over here? This is going to be so much fun. What is it asking for title of data as it's undefined? Netlify under the about page. Oh, you know what? Did I? Master config. Did I not change this to hybrid? Oh, I did. About. Title. Oh, weird. Oh. Okay, so we've got data now I need to pass along. So I changed the way this is structured. Data equals this stuff. Is that right? It doesn't really like this. Let's just call this thing any and be done with it. Is that right? Now this is happy. This needs to be like this. And then this has to be optional, right? Which means I need to come down here. I didn't know they were using the blog post for the about page. That's not my fault. That's definitely their fault. Like and like counter. Generate types, need to think about that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you have to build first in order to generate the types. Oh, interesting. Oh, RAID. Sorry, yeah. The bench press tease. Yeah, seriously. All right. Maybe something I did there helped. Let's check. Could be. But if other pages are also using that. So you have to build first. That's interesting. I did not know that. Okay, so we've got the same problem probably. On what page is this? Man, I don't want to do this. So what other pages do we have? The blog, same thing here. Base head. So this isn't using the layout. The about, the index, is this using the layout? No. Ah. Well, I don't know. There's some problem with the way this site's built, but because I didn't build it, I don't know exactly how they're structuring this. Found description. It doesn't even show me where this is at. I guess I could do a verbose log or whatever, but I don't know what's going on here. Well, I guess we're going to just bail hard. Base head. Can't be there. Here as well is not using this. Description. Let's just kill the about page. Nobody needs to know anything about. And see if this fixed our problem. Generate types as part of the check. Okay, cool. Fun stuff playing with new things, yeah. Okay, there we go. So now it generated types. So Ben, you're saying I had to do that, and now, like local build or something. Now it should actually work. I didn't know that was a requirement. Git push. So let's try again, and then we're going to call it good. I mean, if you're still here, you deserve something that I can't give you. So I don't know what it is, but building. Let's get some water while we're at it. Still thinking about it. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying Astro DB, the little bit I played with it so far. Anybody got a good joke? Uploading? That's a good sign. It's time to, get your like on. Here we go. Right over here. Playing with Astro. I'm dropping this in the chat. So you just come over here and All you have to do is start liking stuff. Like mad. Oh no, it won't let me like that. Oh, it did. It let me like it twice. Maybe I somehow broke my integration thing. Go ahead and like it as much as you can. Where's the actual studio? Oh, here we go. Let's get into my database. Summary check should generate types, but it doesn't. Ah, okay. Look at this. People are liking stuff. Oh, look. Somehow this ID lookup isn't working. So now we're just, I don't know. I'm breaking things. Clearly I messed up the logic over here because this should not be doing that, right? Because look, the API is supposed to. Oh no. We messed up the logic here too. Well, no, if there are no rows affected, this should be a number. I don't know. I looked up the like ID by the ID that was passed in. I don't know. Well, clearly we messed this up. But thanks anyhow. That was fun. I don't know. Someone tell me what I did wrong with the logic. So now I don't know how it figures out which one to look at, right? Because maybe it just finds the last one. Because now these aren't accurate really, right? Anyhow. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. You liked it on your phone. Okay, cool. Yeah, somehow it's the logic though isn't working because it should be like just incrementing the single one and it's just like duplicating using MDX. I thought that's what I did here. But clearly this logic is off somehow. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for following along. I will catch you in the next one. And I enjoyed doing this today and exploring AstroDB. Thanks, Ben, and everyone over at Astro for all the stuff that you're putting out. I know that was a ton of work, and I know there's a ton more coming too. I'd love to see this be more robust and like be able to invite others to like individual databases and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure some of that is coming. So excited for it in this early preview mode, though. All right, happy coding. Thanks for watching. See you later.